iPhone 7 introduced a couple of significant improvements to the camera. It still has the same 12MP resolution and the same 1/3 of an inch sensor size. However, it now has an optical image stabilization module, so if you want OIS, you no longer need to go for a large plus model. More importantly, however, the camera's aperture size has grown quite a bit, from f2.2 on the older iPhones to a pretty wide f1.8. A larger aperture means that more light is allowed to enter the camera, which means faster shutter times and lower ISO settings are required. Both of these translate to less noise in the final image. Additionally, a wider aperture introduces a shallower depth of field to the camera. The LED flash was also upgraded. Up until this year, we had a dual LED, two-tone flash on the iPhones, which balanced warm and cold light for a more natural picture in the dark. On the iPhone 7, we get a quad LED flash, which offers more lighting and works to smartly compensate for the lack of light in unfavorable conditions. Looking at images from the iPhone 6s and iPhone 7, there are apparent differences. The colors of the 7's camera are often not as punchy or vivid as the ones on the 6s, they have a more subdued, realistic look to them. The depth of field change is evident in even the simplest photos, where the iPhone 6s shows us objects in the background with minimum blurring to them. The iPhone 7 snapper obviously makes the surroundings fuzzy, giving our subject a stronger emphasis. The big picture. Daylight shots. In the daytime, all three cameras still perform pretty stellar. Obviously, the iPhone 6 will offer the least detail when you zoom in and it doesn't offer 4K video, but those two things aside, you'd be hard-pressed to find differences between it and the iPhone 6s snapper at a glance. In terms of quality and detail and sharpness, the 7's camera doesn't differ much from the one on the 6s. However, it treats colors very differently, giving them a much more grounded look, which may or may not be what you want out of your camera. Its shallower depth of field can also be either a cool artistic tool to use, or, in some cases, an annoyance to deal with.